I'm speaking today with Joel in Florida. Joel, how are you?
Very well, thank you.
The reason I'm calling you today, Joel, is because of your former therapist, Dr. William Ayres. And I was wondering if you could tell me a little bit about him.
Well, when I started college, I was not too fond of school. This is back in Boston. I was about 17, and my parents wanted to find out why I didn't like school. So they seeked out what they thought was the best place for me to go, and it was a psychiatrist at the Judge Baker Clinic in Boston, and I saw Dr. William Ayres. And my experience with him was he never got to the point of why I didn't like school. Everything that he asked me and everything that he spoke about was of a sexual nature. He never really approached me or molested me, but everything he had to say had a sexual content to it, and I was always trying to figure out why, and I thought maybe he was just trying to see how mature I was.
I see. Yeah.
Of course, as it turned out, that was not the case at all.
Yes, he has paid a settlement fee for some of his past. Well, he has been sued, and he paid a confidential amount. I was aware of that. So, but you were aware that he was the highly respected president of the American Academy of Child and Adolescent Psychiatry, and that there has been another president who made the LA Times today for some of his lewd Facebook pictures. I understand you read that case too?
Yes, I did, and I'm just absolutely amazed. Like, isn't anybody watching? Doesn't anybody do background checks and keep an eye on folks? I mean, these people are supposed to be respected psychiatrists that deal with children, and obviously someone should check on what their private lives are like, and someone says, well, in the article, well, their private life doesn't have anything to do with what they do for the courts. But that's not true. What if they were a cleric? Would you want a cleric that was involved in all kinds of sexual things? I don't think so.
That's true. And I've got a picture of you up right now, as you are now. You're a drummer in a rock and roll band, right?
That's true. Yes, I am.
Now, I have periodically heard that the FBI is investigating all this because the Judicial Council in California makes sure not to have any oversight. The public rarely is aware of that, but it's just like supervised visitation. There is absolutely no oversight. And although occasionally I hear from people who say, well, I talked to the FBI, I found that mostly to be a stall tactic. There never seems to be anything that happens after anybody talks to the FBI. So is Dr. Ayres going to be prosecuted, do you think, by Mr. Fox?
Well, it just seems very strange that the DAs involved in the case seem to be protecting the judges who assigned kids to see Dr. Ayres. They seem to be all protecting themselves, and it just appears in general that the DAs are protecting the judges, and I don't understand why. It's a very clear case. They've found porno. They've found all these things. They've got tons of accusations, and they're still trying to find someone to step forward that he actually has molested from way back in the years of Judge Baker in Boston.
Well, Joel, I've got to interrupt you on this. I know that because of time constraints, I know that DA Jim Fox said in 2009 that he would retry Dr. Ayres shortly. 2009, and Dr. Ayres remains free on bail. So I've got to end this because YouTube does not like long interviews.
All right, okay.
So I thank you for your time, and
Hey, sure.
and I will keep on this because it's been an odyssey for you. I know. Thank you so much.
Are you going to